there, beautiful beings, and welcome to my sacred space, my new sacred space. My name is Raven, and thank you so much for being here. It has been a long time, it's been a while since I actually filmed a video and published it on YouTube. There are just some things that has happened to me, and we'll get a little bit into that. But this video is actually going to be about The Witching Hour Oracle by Lorian Anderson, illustrated by Olivia Berkey. This is a rock pool deck, and to be honest, I don't remember when I purchased this deck. You know, looking at the name, I think it was meant to be for Halloween, but see, a lot of things happened. I'm gonna insert a little bit of some sort of like a life update in this part, and if you are not interested, you can just move forward. But yeah, essentially, I stopped filming because I developed a heart condition. But okay, scratch that. So basically, I had to stop because I needed to focus on my health. I was diagnosed with supraventricular tachycardia, which is a heart condition that makes your heart beat super fast, insanely fast, like upwards of 200 randomly. And I have had experiences in the past of this, maybe in the past, I don't know, maybe 6 years. I have experienced bouts of this irregular and super fast and strong heartbeat. But I never really paid attention to it. And then, over the course of several years, it has become more frequent. So basically, what happened was I was driving from my cousin's place to my place, and I was just sitting in the car, chilling. I was listening to just fun songs and whatever, and then all of a sudden, bam, it felt like somebody punched my chest, and my heart was beating like this, even faster. So imagine you even though this has become some sort of like a recurring thing for me, albeit not so frequently, it was something that I was used to. But during this episode, it was so strong, and it lasted for a long time, maybe 15 minutes. And that's the reason why I actually purchased an Apple Watch, so that I can check my ECG and whatnot. But yeah, it lasted for a long time, to the point that, I felt pain in my chest, in my chest area, because it felt like, this pain is not going away. So yeah, I went to the doctor. I went to see a cardiologist. We did a whole battery of tests. Yeah, that's what's going on. And apart from that, like, too many things happened to me in my life. I actually moved to a different place. I'm using natural light now, which is fantastic. But yeah, so many things happening towards the last quarter of the year that made me really need to focus on my health, on myself. And I just want to let everyone out there know that, yes, you could be very, very passionate about your job, about a hobby or anything. But at the end of the day, you always have to prioritize yourself, your health, yourself, more than anything else in the world. Like your job, if you get sick, they'll replace you right away. Your hobby, it's not going to go away. It's still going to be there. What good is a hobby if you don't have you? Do you know what I mean? So I think that's just one of the lessons that I had to relearn for this year, is to really just learn how to take a rest. And it's something that I would like to share with all of you. You can remain passionate about what you're doing, but you also have to be passionate about your self-care. So enough chit chat. We are going to proceed with the actual deck review. If you are here just to have a look at the images, or you don't care about the packaging and all of that, check the timestamp in my description box below, because I do put the timestamp there, so you can just jump to the flip through part. But other than that, in this channel, we actually discuss the box, the guidebook, and even the cardstock. So this feels different. Okay, this is strange. So in the front, it is matte. It has some foiling over here, over the title, which makes it a little bit glossy. Oh, even her hair? No, okay, not her hair. But the quality of the paper versus the quality of the paper here in the front and the back, it's different. It's strange. This feels so good. I wonder if they made a mistake with this, because this is just like your regular I'm trying to see the camera. This is just like your regular matte box. This feels so buttery smooth, man. What is that? You know, like the box for the Akashic Tarot or the Star Seeker's Tarot. That's what it reminds me of. So, okay. So this is the guidebook. Other titles by Lorianne. Okay. Oh, she's the creator of the Seasons of the Witch. That is so cool. All right. Let's have a look. Okay, you know, Rockpool has always been fantastic when it comes to their packaging and the guidebooks. I feel like they put in an extra effort to make their guidebooks very, very interesting, aesthetic even, and I think it just goes to show how they really pay attention to their product, right? The attention to detail is phenomenal. So as you can see, this looks like it's an old paper with the kind of like staining. So you have the table of contents. Pretty. Okay, you have the introduction. The idea for this oracle deck came to me in a time of extreme transition, the initiation. So many amazing things. I'm so sorry about that. Magnus had to make a bit of a mess because he is a menace. But okay, so here, the idea for this oracle deck came to me in a time of extreme transition, the initiation. So many amazing things were happening for me. Opportunities which had seemed light years away suddenly fell into my lap, the invitation. New levels of awareness started shifting for me, and I began to take ownership of goals I've set and achieved instead of glossing over them modestly. I started to embrace my power. I started to wear it like a second skin. I started to speak up for my needs. And I learned to say no. Salt. Ooh, oh my gosh. My cats are just running around. Okay, I'm not going to read through the entire thing, but it seems very interesting. Like there are some parts in this, like the ones in the parentheses that I don't really understand right now, but hopefully, you know, when I do read the entire thing, I will see or I will learn the references. Okay, so here you have how to use the cards. So these are your instructions. My cats. Okay, so in this part, you have how to use the cards, how to pull the cards. It also gives like meanings regarding reversed cards or reversals. If you get it upside down, that is how you read it. What does it say? Okay, okay, it changes meaning. I have not included reversals in this deck, save for a few cards that I felt like they had a little bit more to say. Okay, so at the end of the day, it's still up to you. I have companion cards. Okay. You have how to use companion cards, companion tarot cards, you're the magic. So these are spreads. Oh, very pretty. Don't you love Rockpool's guidebooks? They're just so well done. I love this. The faces of the moon with the moon in the back. Element spread, forest spread, book of spells. Ooh, a lot of spreads, you guys. And then on to the meaning of the cards. I love this. I wonder if these are exactly what's on the cards. I haven't had a chance to take a look at them. Not even the ones on the website. But yeah, so here are the cards. Knowing, okay. It looks quite similar to all Rockpool guidebooks. Anyway, it's very, very informative. You have a lot of information. You have keywords there, tarot companions, and a long description of the card. More about the companion cards. So that is so cool. Okay, so I like it. I like the vibe of the guidebook. I feel like a lot of people will be able to learn from it quite easily, not only because it's, you know, the words are descriptive, but at the same time, you know, it is very pretty. Who doesn't want to read a pretty book, right? Okay, so these are the cards. Let me just snip here. Oopsies. I don't know what's going on with my cats. Like, I feel like every time I try to film something, they're just there. They don't normally, you know, bug me for the rest of the day. But whenever I'm filming, it seems like that's when they want to play, that's when they want to fight, that's when they want to jump on the table. And I don't know, for anyone out there who has cats, you know, what is this? Is this their way of like getting attention from other people, or do they just want exactly? that they just want attention for themselves. This is so strange. So I had to stand because my setup in my new place is not yet fully fixed. So it's quite difficult. Gosh, I hope you saw what I was doing because I was like doing this the entire time. Shit, I have to check. Okay, so I'm happy to share that it was still within frame, but okay. Alright, so this is the backing. You can see the faces of the moon. We have evil eyes, the sun. Very intricate detail on the backing, which actually, you know what, it gives off the idea that it is glittery, illuminated or something to that effect, but it isn't. As you can clearly see, it's not even metallic, but it really looks pretty, very intricate, very detailed. On the sides, on the edges, you have this pale yellow color, one that I am not necessarily happy about. You know, I would have preferred like making it just dark brown, black, or beige. I don't know, I feel like it takes away from the prettiness of the card, but that's just me. You know, that's just my opinion. Anyway, cardstock wise, it is good. It is thick. Not so sure if it will snap back just because I feel like it is a little bit too papery. It is just your regular rock pool card. You know, nothing fancy, nothing special about the packaging or the cardstock itself. It is glossy, not the hyper gloss, but it is glossy. As you can see, you have some sort of glare there from my window. But yeah, that is how it looks like. This thing is really funky. I don't know if my eyes are playing tricks on me, but it looks like it's illuminated, right? Maybe that's just because of how they printed it out. Like there are parts that are a lot lighter, which gives the illusion that it is lit. Okay. All right. I am going to zoom in so you guys have a better view of the actual cards, and we are going to start with the flip through. Okay, I usually hold it like this. Sorry. Let's try that again. Okay. We'll start with the flip through. There you have it. That is the full flip through of the Witching Hour Oracle by Lorianne Anderson. What do you guys think? I don't have a lot to say. I really took in the images, and I think it's really, really beautiful. The colors pop out, they're so vibrant. Despite the cards looking a little bit dark, they really, really, really give off the impression of like a very colorful and magical life, and I love that about this deck. Another thing that I would like to point out that I really do like is, of course, the attention to detail, like this, okay? At the back of the woman, you can clearly see it feels like it's glitter. And there is also like intricate leaf designs by the trees, which looks like they're lit, but they're not. And I think that's really amazing how the artist was able to, insert a little bit of that touch of magic in the actual cards. I think it's really beautiful. This one is so cosmic. I love it. I have deep bonds with animals, and this gives me comfort. It feels like I'm hugging Magnus, even though he is really annoying at sometimes. The invitation is mentioned in a guidebook, so I don't know what this really is about. I think that is like your calling, I guess. The invitation, I would think, is a calling. But yeah, looks really nice. Look at the blue fox. It's really cool. What was it again? The little prince, right? The fox says, "Ooh, gosh, I forgot what the fox said." But it's something. It's one of my favorite lines. I think you're forever responsible for something that you have tamed. There you go. This, as soon as I saw this, it reminds me of the Seven of Swords in tarot, which I think is cool that they kind of like pulled inspiration from that. Beautiful forest card. Hanging Bones. This is quite creepy, but they were able to deliver it in a not so creepy setting. This one is actually really, really creepy. But another thing that I like about this stunning ADHD, another thing that I really, really like about this, this deck is that it doesn't only give you the title of the cards, like it also has, it differs. Like some is like an advice, like a warning. Some are like action words. So for example, if you pick this card, okay, someone has their eyes on you. What do you need? Your soul family. Who do you need to connect with? Your soul family. Or what's coming? You're going to be, let's say, if you pick the invited card, you're going to be invited into a soul family. So, depends on how you use the oracle. I don't typically just follow what the instructions of the guidebook says. Like I use my intuition whenever I use oracle decks. So I think this is really amazing. What do you need to do? Raise vibrations. It depends on your reading. It depends on the question and the different other cards that are in the spread that you're doing. So the fact that they have two and one is like an action word or advice, it's cool. It's very diverse and versatile. This is a sad card. This is really emotive. And I think, I don't know, it's strange, but this might be my favorite card in the deck. But yeah, I feel like I need to brush up on how to do reviews because I feel like I've completely forgotten it. I love this one. Oh my god, it is so, so stunning. So stunning. I will definitely take some time to go through the guidebook, maybe just read on the meanings for each of the cards, but I would have to formulate my own first. That's something that I do sometimes. I go through the deck, I sit with it, I ruminate, I somewhat meditate, take a couple of minutes maybe, admiring the card and see what jumps at me, what my intuition is telling me the meaning of the card is. And then after everything, that is when I go and check it in the guidebook. So there you go. Let's see. Of course, I almost forgot to do the shuffle because I always do the shuffle for you guys so you have an idea if it's easy. It is quite challenge, but only because the cards are new. They're still very thick, not so pliant, but hang on. I do have small hands, so that's another factor. Maybe if you have longer fingers than me, it'll be easier for you to shuffle this. But other than that, no issues shuffling it that way. Let's try to do it this way. Perfect. None as well. And if you are an overhand shuffler, this is very easy to shuffle as well. It doesn't stick. I was thinking, oh, it is a glossy deck. It might stick, but it didn't. So let's see. We got, mud and moss. Let's see what it means. Number 25. Very easy to see because you have a number there. So you don't need to look at the table of contents if you don't want to. So mud and moss, stagnation, rock bottom, down and dirty, new strategies. Tarot Companion is the strength. Everyone, no matter how joyous life is overall, experiences their unique version of rock bottom. That undesirable place where all hope feels lost and you're not sure how to pull yourself back up. It feels like quicksand or the thickest of muds. It's dirty, cold, and it can feel like no one is around to save the day. Perhaps the saddest card in the deck, Mud and Moss, appears in your reading when a similar experience is upon you and you're in need of an SOS. This card reminds you that although your circumstances may appear dire and you have sustained wounds, you can still pull yourself out of the mud. To do so, look to your inner strength rather than seeking a knight in shining armor. You are guided to do the dirty work yourself and to be willing to take on the tasks that may have previously seemed beneath you. It can also mean doing the hard work you've been avoiding, like exercising if your goal is to lose weight. Sorry, I'm laughing because it's kind of like it relates to me. Saving money instead of splurging if you want to be debt free and financially secure. Putting yourself out there on a dating app if you're seeking new love, or apologizing when you know that you've done something wrong. It's time to stop doing what's brought you here and try a new strategy. You know what they say? You can't expect a different outcome by doing the same thing. I think it was Albert Einstein. Not verbatim, but it has the same idea. It only takes one thing to hold on to when you're slipping into a dark place. When times are desperate, look for something solid to ground you and keep you steady. Commit to doing one thing until you reach the next step of your self-rescue. Take it one step at a time. Before you know, you'll be free and back in the sunshine. I love that. I love the bit of like an injection of optimism in the bottom. Okay, companion cards. You have the High Priestess, the Seasons of the Witch, the Flames Bewitched. Oh, okay. So there you go. I love how she writes. I love how Lorianne Anderson was able to explain the card. I think she really explained it very well, very easy to understand. Even for beginners, I think this deck will definitely relate to anyone. I mean, yes, it's witch themed and all of that, and you might not be a witch, or you might not be practicing Wiccan, but at the end of the day, these are solid advices that can be applicable to anyone and everyone, and I think this is a really amazing deck. Are you going to get it for yourself? Do you already have it? Let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions or any comments, or if you just want to converse with me, leave them in the comment section below. I do respond as soon as I can. I'm a very busy woman, but I still try to have a look at the comment section and address questions if you have any. If you find this video helpful in any way, or if you like what I'm doing, please consider subscribing to the channel or giving this a like to support what I do. But that's it. Thank you so much for being here. Happy holidays, everyone. Bye.